Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Orlando Bilal Jr., but you may call me Lando. And this past weekend, I saw the film that all people are talking about, The Mummy. This new rebooted franchise starring Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe, Annabelle Wallis, and Sophia Botella. Or is it Botella? Botella. Not Patella, Botella. Wow. Okay, so it's this guy. What is it that I thought of it? Honestly, truthfully, there is one thing that I have to say about this film. Cash grabber. Seriously, that's all this film was throughout this entire movie. It was a simple-minded cash grabber. They just wanted, Universal Studios just wanted to make a movie because they just wanted to jump on the bandwagon. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to jump on the bandwagon like Marvel did and DC has done with their universe. And then Universal goes, well, you know, we can do the same thing too. We're gonna make a dark universe. Yeah. In fact, as soon as we start our logo, we're actually gonna flip that over and show that it's a dark universe. That's how blatant we're gonna make our shit. That's what they did. As soon as, before the movie even began, they show the universe logo flips and they show dark universe. They deliberately throw it in your face that they're gonna do a dark universe story. The film has so much cliche. A lot of cliche. Everything that you could think of in a movie, they just threw it in there. There was no thought. There was no real idea. They just simply threw shit in there and expected you to just, okay, just like it because you're stupid Americans and you'll watch anything. We will. We're watching Transformers, so what do you, yeah, it's to be expected. No creativity, no originality. I mean, you just know, it's just all there. All the same old stuff that you see all the time. It's ridiculous that they just threw that stuff in there and didn't even think twice about trying to make something original or cool or anything for that matter. It felt like it was a movie that should have been written maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, not in this modern time. Got Tom Cruise's character, Nick, and Nick is a one-dimensional dick. I'm serious. Nick is a dick. Nickelodeon. Yeah, there you go. He is both military and a thief. Why are you putting those two together? Why does he need to work for the military? This movie, it shows that there's no reason for him to be working for the military. Because he doesn't show anything at all to say that he works for the military. He's more a thief than anything else. He comes across a tomb on accident out in Iraq and finds out that it's an Egyptian prison. And what happened was obviously the main villain, the mummy, if you will, actually imprisoned in there, named Amenet, if I'm not mistaken. The main the villain's mummy, the name is Amenet. And she's buried in this tomb in Iraq. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, and it's a very well orchestrated prison. It has so much structure and so much stuff everywhere. It's 1,000 miles to where they were from the pyramids of Giza. Who has the manpower in those times to go 1,000 miles to build this really well constructed, huge layout of a prison? Like, wow, who, what? That doesn't make any sense. Unless I'm missing something, I'm just not historically apt in realizing in this stuff. But it just seemed so mundane or ridiculous to just do that. They find this tomb, and of course they awaken the mummy from all this stuff. And it's all because of Tom Cruise's character and his stupidity. Because he just didn't even think for a second that maybe there's consequences if I touch something or if I do something stupid. You know what? I'm just gonna do something stupid anyway. He awakens it in such a stupid way. He just takes a bullet, he just takes his gun, shoots at it, and opens the tomb. I mean, I know it's very vague with what I'm saying, but it was just held by these chains and boulders and whatnot, these heavy weights. And he just uses a gun to unleash everything, and it's like, great. You moron. You got a sidekick character that's just as silly, that's just as ridiculous. He's so unnecessary. Main girl in the film, Jenny. Oh, damsel in distress if you hadn't seen one. I mean, clearly damsel in distress. And I'm thinking like, really? She's so useless. She's so useless. And I'm thinking, why would you create a damsel in distress in this time and era? Nobody does a damsel in distress. You shouldn't be doing that. You did one anyway. You put one in, and she clearly is damsel. Clearly, without a shadow of a doubt. Russell Crowe's character, his name is Dr. Henry Jekyll. Dr. Henry Jekyll is his name, and I guess you know what that means. That means his name is Mr. Hyde. And he became Mr. Hyde. It was so... It wasn't really that dangerous. I was expecting like almost borderline Incredible Hulk, but no. Nope. Instead, I just got, whatever. Aminette's character, she was just your typical mummy that had a lot of strength and could just wave her hands around. Seriously, everything in this movie was just cliche. Everything about it. Everything that you saw was just like, I seen that before. Saw that before. Seen that too. Seen that too. Nothing was new. They want to create a dark universe, but there's no thought. There's no heart to this film. It's watchable, I will say that, but it's not the same as the other universe stories like the MCU and DCEU. Those ones had some thought at least. They said, we want to make a movie and we want to try to wow the audience, and we really want to try to say, you like these characters, you grew up with these characters, let's bring them to life because we grew up with them too, and we really want to give you something you've always asked for. That's what DCEU has done. That's what the MCU is doing. They're trying to give you these characters that you grew up with and bring them to life in an all new, whole new dream of way. This dark universe just simply went, we'll just throw in a mummy. And then we'll throw in Bride of Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde later on. Later, Dracula. That's pretty much what I think of this film. Universal Studios should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not, because it's Hollywood, so what? This is a movie that's campy, that's trying to be dark, and it just doesn't work. There's so typical jump scares, there's such typical everything. Nothing about this movie is unique, is amazing. There's no chemistry with any of the characters. As far as Nick and Jenny are concerned, there's no chemistry with those two. They just show up with each other. Now they're supposed to bond and be something. These characters are so, and the movie was not fun. It was watchable, and if I could watch it again, I would, but with reluctancy. Would I recommend it? Under two conditions. Number one, you watch it on a Tuesday when it's $5, or you wait till it comes out on video and you just rent it. If I could give it a rating between 1 and 10, 1 meaning the lowest and 10 meaning the highest, a 3. Doesn't deserve anything more than that. What did you guys think of this film? If you saw it already. Are you interested in seeing the film? Maybe, I don't know. But let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I was a little more detailed in what I said, and if not, oh well, then I'll try again next video. But until then, hopefully you liked it, like I said, and I hope you subscribe to this channel. More content to come as always. In the meantime, you guys take care. I hope to see you soon, and as always, rock on. And how about that yelling that Tom Cruise did in the movie? They may have covered it up in the feature film, but we know the trailer. We saw it.